Hello, and welcome to another video on the Life After Brady channel. Today we're going to take a look at Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum through their last 3 years of the playoffs. We're recording this after Game 3 of the Raptors series, so about 7 games into the playoffs so far in year 3 for Tatum. This is Brown's 4th season, as he has been in the league 1 year longer than Tatum's. With that being said, we're going to take a look at their playoff statistics. This is not regular season whatsoever. This is the last 3 years of playoffs, with 2018 being the year they lost in the conference finals to the Cavs, 2019 losing in the conference semis to the Bucks, and then 2020, again, we're recording this after 3 games. So you can see Tatum in the top, Brown in the bottom. I did not include the points per games here, but Tatum's currently averaging 25.4 points per game, up from his regular season total of 23.4, and then Brown averaging 19.7 points per game, slightly down, about half a point down, 20.3 during the regular season. So taking a look kind of how they've evolved year over year. 2018, they were the leading playoff scorers for the Celtics, 18.5, and then for Tatum, and then 18 points a game for Brown in that season, as IT was banged up throughout that postseason. So that's kind of when they took off. And then last year, obviously, the Kyrie show. We all know how that went. And then this year, they've really stepped up and evolved, being 2 of the top 3 scorers on the team, along with Kemba this postseason. A couple of things you notice. I look specifically more at the shooting, and then just kind of the usage stuff to see what they were doing. Big upticks to me, Tatum's 3-point attempts, 3.7, 3.4 last 2 years, then up to 6.7 this year, along with a crazy percentage increase. He has just continued to be absolutely supernova, and that's really why people believe he's going to be a superstar in this league, because usually, and you'll see it with Pascal Siakam, as you're taking more attempts, as you're the leading guy, those percentages go down. You're not getting wide open shots. You're being the one facilitating it instead of just being the catch and shoot guy. And Tatum has just stepped up, and nearly 45% there, just a pretty crazy percentage. The other nice thing to me with Tatum is just you see the physicality in those numbers. The free throw attempts and the rebounds both up. He's looking to go to the glass, not afraid to make contact. He's obviously a taller guy. As he's gotten older, you start to fill out slightly more, and you see that with the free throw attempts up and the rebounds up. Both good stats. And then the assist to turnover is basically 2-to-1 ratio. Not phenomenal, but pretty good. The assist percentage, 16%, continues to go up. So, finding his teammates and turning over less, which is a key thing. Brown, conversely, is turning over a little bit more. I will say, obviously Tatum's a more natural offensive player than Brown is, so he's kind of finding his way. I do like it, though. The assist is 2.6, up from 2.1 in the regular season. The playoffs are a little harder, and Jaylen's finding that, but he's still being effective. He's down slightly. That 3-point percentage continuing to go down at 33.3%, but he's checking it. Nearly 7 3-point attempts a game. So he's getting it up there, but the effective field goal percentage just as up as he can still hammer home some dunks, as we saw at the end of Game 3. So that's broadly what we're seeing from them. They continue to get better year over year, which is what you want to see, as they've been the leading players for this team. We're now going to look at a couple of charts. Visually, we'll see where these players are doing. First, we're going to look at 3-point attempts versus 3-point percentage. Tatum on the left, Brown on the right. As I said in the previous slide, Tatum's shooting the ball more from 3, but he's also making it more from 3, which is very impressive. That's what you don't expect to see. What you more expect to see is what Brown's doing, but obviously dropping off pretty significantly, just under 40% the first year, and then dropped down to 35 and then 33 this year. Shooting it, he's always shot it a decent amount, but you think more now he's really a true option. Teams know him more, and he's just kind of one of those cold streaks. He's a little bit of a Marcus Smart shooter to me. Of you don't always have faith, but he can get hot and can knock him down, where Tatum is definitely a more natural shooter and a more natural scorer, as you see there. Taking a look at where their attempts are coming from. This is field goal attempts overall, so not 2 points. This is field goal attempts overall, and then 3-pointers, and then free throw attempts year over year. So year 1 is the left column, year 2 in the middle, year 3 in the right. Then blue is year 1, orange is year 2, and gray is year 3. Tatum on the left, Brown on the right. The biggest jump is just Tatum, just shooting the ball more. he was a rookie that first year, kind of feeling his way through. Obviously, Kyrie last year. This is now clearly his show. Kemba did lead the team in scoring Game 3, but this is Tatum's show, and he has continued to evolve. Brown is a sophomore that year. His second year in the league, a little bit more comfortable. He was getting some shots up. Just around Tatum. He was getting 14 field goal attempts up that year one. That's basically where he is now after the Kyrie effect last year. So getting it up there pretty consistently. He's always shot the three a lot. So not much change there for Brown. Lastly, we're going to look at assists per game, turnovers per game, and then usage percentage. Those are in blue, orange, and then gray respectively, and then year 1 versus year 2 versus year 3. And again, Tatum on the left, Brown on the right. What you see here to me, Tatum continuing to get the ball more. He's getting the ball a decent amount, 22, 23% last year, and then up to 25, 26, 27% this year in the playoffs. Not exactly where Brown is. Brown's a little bit below that if you look at the gray lines. And then the assist to turnovers, just clearly getting the offense more involved. 2.5 assists per game as a rookie this year, nearly up to 3.5 in the playoffs, so much better from Tatum. And then just you see that separation of the turnovers have not increased the same way. He's gone down in turnovers as he's handled the ball more. Versus Brown has gone up in turnovers, but look at last year. Nearly 1 assist to 1.5, 1.6 turnovers per game. He's getting that a little closer this year. It looks like some better separation there, which is good. You want to see him making better decisions. That's what he's done. They'll look for the Celtics to continue to improve this postseason, hopefully finish off the Raptors here, and then moving on to the conference finals, led by these two superstars. Thank you. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment below, and if you're not already, please subscribe.